Okay, in this video we're going to actually feedback on some submissions from some students. We can see here that two students have handed in a piece of work. So when I click on that assignment, I can see the two pieces that have been handed in from Jackie and from the test student. So if we take a moment and have a look at marking this, and then what we'll do is switch to these accounts and then have a look to see what that feedback looks like to the student. Okay, so the first piece opens in a new tab when you click on it, and I can use the arrows here to switch between the students, or I can just pull down the list and use the drop down and go to them that way. So I've got a piece of work here. They've left me a private comment to say this is The Lovers 2 by René Magritte. I did this with my brother. So I'm looking at this and I can give them some feedback here. So I might say, well, this is great, exclamation mark, and I can post that. So now this is actually uploaded as a photo. What I'm also going to do is point out that this is supposed to be a kiss, and I can see obviously he's not really willing to kiss his brother, but I'm not sure if he's aware of the difference. So just pointing out what this looks like to the student. So in there I can say this is a kiss. Did you realise? Although I would really say that to a student, but there you go. Comment. So that's fine. So I've posted that comment back. We'll have a look at what that looks like, and then we can give it a score as well. So let's say this is brilliant, or I can also say I love the use of the blankets as the backdrop. And fortunately for me, because I always spell or type the wrong way around, I can use spell check and correction, and then I can post that back. I can give them a score, 99 out of 100, and return that. So that's obviously going off to that student. I don't have to return just one at a time. I can mark all of these and then return all if I wanted. So let's move on to the next student, STM test. They've said it took a long time to get Herbie to sit because he's a puppy. I used blocks of wood, half a vuvuzela, a dumbbell weight, and iron curtain fittings. And what he's done here is recreated this piece of art, but he's done it on a Google document, and he's put both the original piece of art and his version of the art. I edit it using the photo editor, but he's done that in a Google document. So again, I can give feedback. Well, how did you get, because I'm asking him a question, Herbie to sit and look at the vuvuzela? And we'll then look at how STM student can feed or answer back to that question. So we'll post that. If I want to put some comments on there, I could also just mark it. Now it's not letting me draw a particular area here, but over here I can do some comments. I can use a comment bank, but maybe oh, where's my comments gone? Add to bank. I don't really want to add to bank, I just want to make a comment. Oh, there we go. Click. I double click to get the comment. So double click, and it's a comment relating to this picture. Well done with the backdrop. Again, I've misspelled the as always, and comment to that. So that now appears to the side, and if I want to put another one in there, that's it's quite difficult, this one. Normally you can click on different parts of things, but if I put a comment relating to this one, his master's voice, I presume. Okay, so what I'll try to do there is just separate that out into separate sections so we can see which it relates to. So let's go back to that. Let's go back to the grading. Give him 98 out of 100. So I've got my comments and I've given them a grade. Let's return that. And then now let's have a look and see what that looks like from the student's perspective. So I've got the Jackie Robinson account here and I've got the STM student account here. So let's start with Jackie. Go to Latin 6S. We can see that it's been marked. So if we click on, can't click on marked, but I have to click on the assignment, and I can see here that I've sent some messages there. Now they don't know that they have, they obviously see that there's space for a class comment, but they don't see that I've actually highlighted the work in any way. I guess if we open this now, they just see their original work, but quite how they see what I've done in terms of the comments that I've put on there, I don't know. There's the original video and task and examples. Okay. Nothing doing in terms of me seeing the comment that I've put in. Interesting. Okay. So now if we go to the STM student, now this was done on a Google document, this one, remember. So again, they can see it's marked and they can see how did you get Herbie to sit. So look at the Vuvuzela and we could say I put a dog chew down the Vuvuzela and made him wait. I'll do, and he can send that back to me. Okay. Right, so let's have a look at this now. So there we are. Now with this one we can see that this is highlighted. You click on that, that's highlighted. If I click on this, it goes and shows you that it's this one that it's talking about. Well done on the backdrop. And he has an option here, or she has an option to reply to this. Let's just say I used towels. Reply. Okay, so that's done. Resolve that. Look at that one back later. So okay, that's it for what the student sees. Obviously that little comment on the picture isn't visible to them, but they can see the comments when you put them on. I quite like using this way because then you can see a bit more of a dialogue, and they get to see this even without realizing that they need to open to see the comments. But I guess it's what you teach your students to expect. But at the moment, if they're at home, then certainly they've got much more chance of seeing these comments, their private comments, rather than the comments that you might make attached to the document. So anyway, that's what it looks like from them. Let's just go back briefly to look at the comments that I've got from Jackie. So if I click on there, I can see what's going on. Let's go back to that again. If I click on this, click on the work piece, I can see, oh, she didn't actually respond, did she, in terms of anything? But on this one, I can now see that STM student said I put a dog chew down the Vuvuzela and made him wait, or make him wait. So you've got a dialogue going on, you can see what there is, but obviously you don't want to have these dialogues ongoing forever because you'll have thousands of things to keep checking on. I don't have any notifications coming through to email because there'll be thousands of those as well. So it's about carefully using this, I guess, with those feedbacks, comments. But you can see how it looks now from students, and how difficult it might be if you've put a comment on a piece of work. They actually have to open the work to know that the comment's on there, and sometimes, obviously, like it was on the on this one, wasn't it, with the picture about, I'd marked it up as to say there's a kiss. Now I can see that, they don't, for whatever reason, being on the picture. But anyway, there's the differences. Use these sort of comments sparingly, I guess, and warily in terms of if you expect kids to see it, and try and stick to the private comments. Hope that helps.